drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. And we all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind. Oh, a bottle of rum wouldn't do us any harm. A bottle of rum wouldn't do us any harm. A bottle of rum wouldn't do us any harm. And we all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind. Oh, a tight-waisted girl wouldn't do us any harm. A tight-waisted girl wouldn't do us any harm. A tight-waisted girl wouldn't do us any harm. And we all hang on behind. Oh, a big-breasted girl wouldn't do us any harm. A big-breasted girl wouldn't do us any harm. A big-breasted girl wouldn't do us any harm. And we all hang on behind. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind. Hey! Oh, a night with the girls wouldn't do us any harm. A night with the girls wouldn't do us any harm. A night with the girls wouldn't do us any harm. And we all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we all hang on behind.
The sun going supernova.
Sunset hues fade in the sky. Eyes locked on the screen nearby. Kelston's realm where thinkers wander. Sunday nights we start to ponder.
No, I know what I'm gonna do.
Worlds and logic
I'm
twirls.
gonna rock it.
Dreams that make our minds unfurl. Puzzles twist and turn our brains. Every week it's new terrain. Cerebral Sundays, minds delight. Our thought-provoking games ignite. Mysteries and riddles grand, guided by a steady hand. Twitch chat buzzes, theories
Approximate time
rise.
until star's death, 11 minutes 36 seconds.
As we delve through each surprise. Kel's
No, what is this, the
mazes,
fucking guy?
worlds unending. Sunday Eve, our minds were bending. Engines wear and puzzles click. Each solution's
We could
just
just
a
fly.
trick. Kelston leads us through the night, guiding us to see the light. Chess and codes encrypted clues. Every game a different news. In this digital embrace, every line's a part of the chase.
Most of us would probably say, is this unconscious? No. Well, why not? Because if the only thing that would define it is a complex functional system...
Why does Boogie Bills have 10 health? Oh, jeez. Oh, there is.
Twitch
Yeah, we're having a problem here.
as theories rise. As we delve through each surprise.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Mazes, worlds unending.
Is there any way to know? Oh my god.
Our minds were blending.
Hello? Oh, I kill you.
Were and puzzles click. Each solution's just a trick. Kelston leads us through the night, guiding us to see the light. That chess codes encrypted.
To enlighten me, what was this doing on your hard disk? Think not of it, let us continue. Yeah, you got wrecked, didn't you? We have an entrance. Whoa, fucking scary black hole. Okay. There's 2 lines in front and behind.
Every mind's a part of the chase.
I am also Dustin.
Hello, good evening. Happy Sunday. How's everybody doing? Good to see you, mate. Where pandas? Ryan, I feel like I heard a remix of this banger at a rave recently.
The crew was singing, mugs held high, unaware of doom nearby.
Well, I can't really charge people for that, can I? There's nothing I can do about that. How was dinner? It was great. It was fine. I'm excited to play some more of this game, though. Especially now that it seems like we're kind of discovering most of the story associated with the Obra Dinn. But there's a lot of deduction to be getting on with now. You know what I'm saying? I'd say we jump Streamlabs. It's okay, I turned that shit off. It shouldn't do it anymore. Hopefully. If I press the right buttons, you know, then we might even have half a stream. Everybody, did you guys, you know, were you here last week? Did you see what was going on the Obra Dinn? How much of a spoiler is it going to be for me to load this up, show you where we're up to? Random question, do you know where to get cheap Guinness Zero? Nope. I know where to get Guinness Zero. If you're asking for the TMU edition, I have no idea. Apologies about that. Oh my goodness.
My baby don't mess around because she loves me so. With the sun of
We lit the fuse and said goodbye.
Oh, thank you, Boss Toby.
A mighty roar, the kraken wailed. The blast had struck, its fury failed. Our ship, though broken, still held true. We raised a cheer, we saw it through. Raise the sword, stand your ground. Face the beast, we won't back down.
Thank you so much for the subscription. I'm so glad that it makes you feel good and that you're getting entertainment out of it. Very cool. I hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's doing great. Good to see you, Zentar Borky. Thank you for joining us. We're post intro now. You know what I mean? We're basically. I should be really loading up the game because we have the deaths of many sailors to solve. You know what I'm saying? The deaths of many sailors. Although, we did discover, didn't we, last week? So this is what I was saying. I don't know who was here last week and who might not have been. So, if you're going to catch up on the YouTube video, I don't know why you're fucking watching this, because obviously it's going to spoil everything. Spoilers incoming. So, we know that basically everybody on the ship seems to have died because of either a kraken, a monster spider, or some sort of screaming mermaid banshee siren thing. We know that. We definitely do know that. At least for the most part.
bonny ship, the diamond goes a fishing.
But perhaps that is oversimplifying it somewhat. Because a lot of things seem to have happened on this forsaken vessel that we refer to as the Obra Dinn. 3 hours, 23 minutes. 6 fates solved. How many did we say that there are? Possibly 50? Something like about that region, I think, is correct. I don't understand why you would have multiple save files on this game. Can anybody determine why that might be? I don't know the answer to that. There doesn't seem to be too much logic in that. Because really, once you've done it, you know? At least it feels that way. Now, I think we do still have a few more sort of fates to observe. If I can remember the controls. This is terrifying. The fact that there's a thing out there, it shouldn't really be there. I think it might make the Kraken come back, and we might die also an untimely death. But let's see. If I open the journal... Ooh, yeah, let's just go chapter by chapter. So, loose cargo. Apparently, on the cargo deck, we can determine a little bit more. But then we can sort of go chapter by chapter, can't we? And see if we can get to the bottom of this. Disappearances, yeah. I think it's... Is it just that bit in loose cargo? Oh, there's this bit in the bargain, but we can't do anything about that until much later. Okay, so we're going to go to the cargo deck. It just says on the cargo deck there's supposed to be something else to find down there. Is this the cargo deck? No. This is the cargo deck. Oh, do you think it might be that? Oh, well, this looks different. Is this... No, this was a man who got eaten, was it? Yeah, this was a man who got eaten, I think.
Keep pressure here.
Hold him down. What madness is this? 20 years my steward, and never a doubt on your sanity. Explain yourself.
Those ungodly beasts carry a curse. Throw them back or doom us all.
Tie him up and put him in the lazarette with those things. He may yet find his senses.
Come on.
All's fine, John. Been in worse spots, I think. Where's the rest of his leg?
Have we already seen this one? I'm sure we have. I'm almost positive, really, that we have. Don't know what more information I could glean from this. Although, there were some names being bandied around here. But the problem is, you see, so much is happening in this scene, right? That I don't know... Am I supposed to know, like, when a guy says, okay, John, or he says, you're my steward, am I supposed to be able to work out that that's one of these nearby people? Because that doesn't seem very legitimate. There's so many people. Also, how the hell do I even get over there? Aha. Like, it seems implausible to determine who they are. This room is surely going to be significant at some point. Oh! I don't know who this person is, but they were clearly crushed by falling cargo. Did this man have something to do with it? Who are you? The main problem I'm having so far with this game is I find it quite difficult to sort of remember who people are because of the art style, you know? Look at this champion. Two-barrel Billy, we call him. Okay. We're gonna see a guy penetrated by something. No, no, no. He just had some cargo fall onto him. Oh, we are just off the coast of England. Look at that. An unidentified stowaway expecting free passage and eventual freedom was instead crushed inside a falling barrel. Oh, I see. So we didn't have to work any of that out. I don't know who this is, and I don't know what happened here, but we'll basically have a full book at that point.
Wait! No!
Wait, we've just seen this. I've just seen this. Haven't I? This is the same thing. Well, what's the difference here? I don't know. Oh, who is this and how did they die? Well, they were crushed by cargo. They were apparently a stowaway. Well, I don't know if that revealed an awful lot. was just these 2 pages. So it did definitely said stowaway, didn't it? But how on earth would I work out who that is? You know what I'm saying? Not really sure.
Oi! You in there somewhere? Storm's coming! Finish your business and climb down here!
What? Climb down where? Climb down where? I'm telling you, man, the Kraken's coming back. What is it that you would like me to do?
Done? We should go. Storm's nearly about, so we won't be coming back. If you've still business here, climb up and finish it. Else I'll make to port.
Well, do I still have business here? I mean, I still need to solve what happened. Yeah, of course I still have business here, right? I can't leave now, man. We're on the cusp of something incredible. I mean, I know what happened to the ship. It was cursed by that. I've got all the... Look at all of this business, FD. There's so much business on this boat, you know? I've got business, man. We need to... Okay. Is there any way to identify who this man is? It says, make way coming through, all up stern, beneath the tiller. Lower away. Oi, wait, no, down below. Okay, but it doesn't really tell us who he is. He's only in one memory. I would wager that this man is like the unknown topman or something, because nobody apparently fucking knows who this man is. Wait, no, I'm getting confused, because this was the unidentified stowaway. This was the unidentified stowaway, so maybe it's not an unknown man. See if these graphics have really changed. Yeah, it's different now, isn't it? Solomon Syed succumbed to a tragic illness. This is correct. This unknown soul succumbed to a tragic illness. So let's see if we can track this man down. Let's show his memories. So, this is where he died. He was also here. He was also here and here. Oh, he was here and here, was he? In the two memories that we just witnessed. Well, that wouldn't really tell us too much about who he is. Here, he was with... Was he with Solomon? So we got to try and find this man, alright? With the funny-looking fucking mustache. Can I replay this? Saeed, get up, drink something. So, is it his friend? Check this out. Where's Solomon Saeed? I can't even see him. Why can't I see him? Okay. Maybe because he gets removed from the list when we've done it right. Alright, well, let's find this memory then. Yeah. Where is it? It's on the Orlok deck. Oh, it's this body, isn't it? Actually, I think. And we're looking for that man with the funny mustache. Not him. Oh, it is him. Well, I don't think we're gonna glean too much from this then. I wondered whether he was one of Solomon's friends, and that might have told us something. Does this guy have initials? No, not really. But really, all we know is that he was poorly for a while. He definitely died of a tragic illness, I can tell you that much. Oh, wait. Some of them have numbers on the beds. 51. Does that matter? I'm going to check, because if 54 is Solomon Saeed, I feel like that's not correct. But you see, like, the numbers don't make any sense. 59, 39, 40. 56, 55, maybe the numbers do make sense. Alright, alright. What we're going to check is, if Solomon Saeed somehow is number 54, then this man might well be number 51. But I think I need to check the log of the crew. Solomon Saeed is 54. So it could be this man. It could be Renfred Rajub. Congratulate. Look at this. Renfred Rajub, yeah, died of a terrible illness. Shio Tan, okay, couldn't even read that. And also Marcus Gibbs was spiked by a terrible beast. So can we use that memory? We might go back to that memory. Because do you think we can just identify people by their numbers? That would be like such a huge boon. Let's try it. Because there's like other people in other beds, I think. See, this man, well, who fucking knows who you are? We're never going to work you out. Sorry, friend. Here, though, 58. Ah. I see. I see. I see, Mr. Game. Do any of these guys have their faces on show? I mean, you could say if there's any empty ones, maybe it belongs to these men. Wait. We're not going to be able to do this, are we? It would be too simple, Kelston. If the game worked like that. It's obviously not working like that. How are you number X, though? What the fuck are you? Well, I'll just leave you as unknown for now because I don't really understand what X means. Unless you're the carpenter, but I don't think you are. I don't actually think you are. Alright, well, at least we tried that. It's fine, though. We've done some deductions. Excuse me. We've worked some of it out already. Okay, so let's go back to the book. Solomon Saeed succumbed to a terrible illness. He succumbed to a tragic illness also. A large cow was slaughtered for its meat. Okay, so basically we've solved chapter 2. Be nice to know who this person is. We just don't seem to have that information yet. Now we're going to have to do some weird things, probably, to work the rest of this out. So, on to chapter 3, murder. This unknown soul was knifed by the second mate, we think. This man was shot. This man was executed. Actually, I remember Hok Seng Lao was hung and then shot by firing squad. This man was shot with a gun. Okay, so let's see if we can't piece some of this stuff together. Where is this? It's on the main deck. Up here. I don't understand. What's fucking port? What's starboard? I have no idea. Let's just get up on the main deck. He was shot! Bit worried about this storm. Not gonna lie to you. I think things are going wrong. Where? Over here? Oh, it's this man. Okay, so let's watch this one first. This was part 1 of 3 of the murder chapter. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nicer to be shot than hung, wouldn't it?
Who is that? Is someone hurt? Senor Nichols, is that you? What are you doing down here?
Hello, yes.
Oh, hello, yes.
All fine here.
No trouble.
Sorting some things. Watch your step. Here, let me help you.
Why did this happen, Senor Nichols? You are... Senor Nichols. Edward Nichols, the second mate. And he framed... Okay, right. Alright, right. So Senor Nichols kills this man. Who is this man, by the way? I mean, he's got a fiddle. Who would have a fiddle, and why would they? Impossible to say, really. But he's been stabbed by Senor Nichols. I should say, if you are on a ship facing towards the front of the ship, port side is the left side. Thank you. Let me fucking tell you something. I will not remember that the next time that I come to think about it this evening. He's having some special time and then he got interrupted. Oh, Senor Nichols? I see, and that's why he went on a killing frenzy. Good news, we found the English crew members. What? Oh. Hey, Telly Pip. They're down here. Don't worry about Mr. Lau. I've just poked him once or twice with the old knife. How many English accents can one do in 5 lines of dialogue? Okay, so he did actually kill Hokseng Lao because he gets firing squadded. But this is the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, do I have something to tell you about the Obra Dinn? This is the problem. We all know the problem. Okay. It's not straightforward, is it, to work out from this position who the man is that Senor Nichols has killed. But we have at least identified Senor Nichols. So now, when we watch the second part of this, which is, I believe, this man being executed.
Hokseng Lao, you have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
Okay. Alright, I don't even need to see the rest of it. Nunzio... Wait.
As captain of this ship...
As captain of this ship, I order every fucking man on the deck to shoot you. I'm not sure, therefore, why we fucking hoisted you to the clouds. But don't worry, Hokseng Lao, your reign of terror is over, you bastard. Okay, we're gonna leave that because I've already forgotten what he said. Nunzio, fucking Nunzio, some shit. Nunzio. Hold on. Someone killed Joe Pasquale. Was that it? Nunzio Pascal? Something like that. Okay. Nunzio. Nunzio Pasqua. Pasqua. Okay, well. We know that's correct, but we don't have enough other things correct to have solved anything. Senor Nichols, he killed Nunzio, and then he framed who is this? Hokseng Lao.
Senor Nichols.
Senor Nichols.
What are you doing down here?
Okay. Okay, so that was Nunzio. So now, is there any way to work out... Here's the thing, right? I have to work out who shot Hokseng Lao. But just... I mean, listen, just listen to it.
Hokseng Lao, you have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of Nunzio Pasquale.
I mean, did some of them fucking miss?
Quiet. As captain of this ship, and by the authority of the East India Company, and thus the Crown of England, I sentence you to death by firing line. Mr. Wolf, when you are ready.
Right, sir. Ready, men. Aim.
Mr. Wolf. Yep. Like... What if I put Wolf? That's not correct, is it? For goodness mate. Who would... Like, whose fucking job would it be to shoot Port doesn't sound... oh, by the way, I like that. Always pass the port to the left. Right is a hideous faux pas. I'm not sure it would ever make me remember, though. I really like port. Do you like port? No, I hate port. Take or leave port. You know what I mean? I'm not really a starboard guy. But I'm alright about port. Also the drink. I think, yeah. I know that's what you're getting at. I think it's totally fine. Joe Pasquale that is not a joke that will mean anything to Mr. Bojangles, is it? Port doesn't sound like something an American would drink, I say. At the Super Bowl tailgate party, always pass the port to the left. I read somewhere that wine barrels were spoiling on long ship journeys, so they added in brandy to preserve it, and that's why we have port wine. Very cool. Is that true? I mean, that sounds... Hey, Bo, that sounds like it might be a fun fact, you know what I mean? A little Cerebral Sunday fun fact for everybody to get stuck in with. Military officer in charge of weapons and military procedures on the ship. Now, a helmsman in control of the ship's wheel. So it probably wouldn't be him shooting. Servant to an officer or higher rated crew member performing general duties for the comfort of their employer. I don't think it would be a steward. A midshipman, an officer in training, assists various officers and tradesmen in order to learn ship operations, usually of privileged status. That might be a man who's allowed to fire a gun. A topman is a higher rated seaman specializing in work above the deck in the sails and rigging. It sounds like it wouldn't be one of those. A seaman, low-level crew member responsible for general manual labor on and below deck. You would think that it would be a midshipman, wouldn't you? You would assume that all of these men are the midshipmen. But apparently we think this is Paul Moss, the first mate steward. So possibly they're all the mate stewards. What do you think about that? Oh, I can't realistically do that, can I? Well, anyway, the problem still remains. How the fuck do I determine who shot Hock Seng Lao? Apart from, I think that this is, I think that this is Paul Moss. So we could just like, we could hazard a guess, you know, that we think Paul Moss maybe did it. But that seems not true, though. Stop saying seaman. We're going nautical tonight, Zentar. It's a bow fact. How do you do the trademark thing? Is it something like Alt 1? Check this out. Alt 1274? Something like that? No? Alt 1724? I don't know. Some shit like that. How do you... Oh, it's the numpad, isn't it? Oh, I can't do it because it will change the scene on OBS because of how I have my hotkeys set up. So, unlucky. I can't do it. 1374. Yeah, but you have to use... I'm pretty sure you have to use the numpad rather than the numbered keys. Is that true? And I don't think it's going to work for me. I can try it. 1374. Yeah, I think... Yeah, anyway. I don't think it's going to work for me. Seaman Sundays. That's right. Put that on a bus. How did you die? Hey, friend. Well, this man seems to have missed, doesn't he? This man... Oh, some of them actually fucking did miss. This man seems to have missed. You fucking useless idiots. So, check this out. Trajectory, I'd say, sort of missed. Here... Sort of missed. I can certainly see the bullet travelling away. Here, I can see the bullet travelling off into the distance. Paul Moss, make no mistake, motherfucker. Right between the eyes. Paul Moss is the one what did it. We'll go with that. Hopefully, if we got his identity right, why do we think he is Paul Moss? Well, we will come back to that. But we must have a good reason for thinking that, you know? I'm a smart guy. I played a video game once or twice before. I think... So Paul Moss did do it because of the trajectory of the bullets. You have an incredible face for radio. We're going to leave through this door because I think we've solved the murder of Hock Seng Lao. Sailor 1 missed a 99% shot. That's XCOM, baby. All right, so let's go back to what chapter were we in? Chapter murder. Chapter murder? Chapter murder. Nunzio Pasqua was knifed by Edward Nichols, the second mate. Hock Seng Lao was shot with a gun by Paul Moss, the first mate's steward. This unknown soul was shot with a gun by an unknown attacker. And it is on the gun deck, outside the first mate's quarters. Okay. Which one is the first mate's quarters? It would be this one. Nil-nil at half. Fulham is world class today, of course. Pele started up front. Not bad, Fulham.
Go back there!
Here.
Pepe!
Slack the lifts and lower the boats! The whole crew will be on us!
Give it up!
Edward Nichols? He's gone completely rogue. But who is this man? We know that he was shot by Edward Nichols. What happened to the second mate? What happened to him? Why is he like this? Who the fuck are you? Are you the second mate's steward? I might think about locking that in, especially because if you're in the firing squad, it seems like it's all the stewards, perhaps, in the firing squad. So I'm going to lock in that I think this man might be the second mate's steward. Samuel Gallagher. He must have gone wrong somewhere, though, because we haven't fucking solved anything. So he's taken... What has happened here? On your toes, boys. How can you do this? Load her up. We best push off. She says, let me go. Give her here, will you? Captain. Slack the lifts and lower the boats. The whole crew will be on us. Lower the boats, Mr. Second Mate Steward. The whole crew will be on us. They're calling for the captain. What the fuck happened here? Peter Milroy, the midshipman, fell over or something. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what's happened there, or what on earth has happened to you, in fact. This man disappeared. He has something through his leg. But what's the story here with the second mate? Oh, well, the second mate... I mean, is he just racist? He killed, he killed a man, didn't he? He killed Nunzio for what appears to be very little reason. Then he was just a prick here, and he shot this man. Who is this man? All right, we're going to have to work out who this man is. So, he appears in two memories. He's in an earlier memory here. He's in the Solomon Saeed memory. He must be at the table playing cards. Let's get a good look at his face. Okay, so it's this man. All right, we're gonna return to the Solomon Saeed memory then and see if we can't deduce who that man is. Are you? Now, I keep thinking someone's the helmsman. Where the fuck even is the wheel? So, you know what I mean? A lot of things look like wheels, and they're not wheels. No way you would put a wheel on a boat. You'd think it would be over there somewhere. Anyway, we're done. We're done here. Facing towards the front of the ship. Port side is on the Starbucks. Is that correct? Racist just killed a man. I don't think those are the original Queen lyrics. Okay, so... I mean, could have been a man who worked on the rigging, because he seems to have been shot and then been connected to something. But let's rewatch the Solomon Saeed one. Oh, actually, I've come the wrong way, haven't I? Yep. Mama, ooh, didn't mean to be a prick, but they wouldn't let me be first mate on the Obra Dinn. Obra Dinn, Obra Dinn. I'm only a second mate.
Saya tutup. Good pillow.
How would I ever find that, man? I see a little silhouette of a kraken. Fucking spiders. Banshee sirens. Well, how on earth would I determine who that man is? Because I didn't actually see him there. The only thing that I saw there was that it was a lot of 30s and 50s on those beds, which would indicate possibly that they were midshipmen or seamen. So if we've got other things right, we can sort of brute force that, can't we? I don't understand how he appeared in that. We're never going to get to the bottom of that one, are we? How would we work that out? NBC pundit just used the term switcheroonie when describing Garnacho's positioning in the first half, high-tier coverage. I think you're misrepresenting, though, that we always have expert coverage in the UK? Like, are you trying to draw a comparison? Because sometimes it's a bit shit everywhere, you know, on everything. Okay, well, that's annoying. I wish I could know who this man is. Obviously, we know that all of these people were present. But there's really nothing more to go on. Oh, don't change that. Okay, something's not right. Only the man down the pub can truly interpret football. That's true. That is a true statement. Alright, we might have to... Well... We might just have to skip ahead in the book here, I think, because this we know is correct, right? That Nunzio Pasqua was knifed by Edward Nichols, the second mate. We know that Hokseng Lao was shot with a gun by Paul Moss, the first mate's steward. We should probably double check that we think that truly is the first mate's steward. But we should probably double check that at another time. I feel like double checking things like that, you don't do that as you're just looking through them, right? Now, this unknown soul was spiked by a terrible beast. So we're now into the calling. Just off the coasts of the Canary Islands. Keep course due east. We'll reach the Canaries in 3 days. Well, let's just listen to it as well, because I can always... come back to it. Where is this corpse? I'd like to... How do I get there?
Ahoy! Ahoy! Wait! Don't shoot! I have treasure! I yield!
Hold your fire!
Choi Tan? So this man was shot by Choi Tan. Edward Nichols, the second mate, was shot by Choi Tan. We don't know why, though. That's so correct. Is this not Edward Nichols, the second mate? But that's so correct. What am I misinterpreting? That's Nichols? Well, it's just because when I do that and I zoom in on him, then I can press tab to go directly to his image. And like, we've already locked in. Oh, is it Nichols? Have I just said that it... No, because I think, Bo, then anytime this person appears in the book, this person here, then it will always show me that I have identified them as Edward Nichols. I don't think I have to put that in every time, maybe. Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe... Okay, let's go back to... Yeah, maybe I have got that wrong. No, that is Nichols. We seem to have already said that that was Nichols. I don't know. You're making me think now. I'm sure that we did that, though. What we actually need to do is recount more of the story, but you seem to need to be here to do that. Hey, Arbin, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're keeping well. We're doing something completely different tonight. Namely, solving the deaths of the crew of the Obra Dinn. Oh, he's burned to death, has he? He didn't succumb to a tragic illness. He was burned. Oh my god! I'm knocking things off. Okay, we did it. We got 3 more fates correct. So we know that this is correct. It Beng Sia burned to death. Nunzio Pasqua was knifed by Edward Nichols, the second mate. And Edward Nichols, the second mate, was shot with a gun by Chio Tan. Interesting. So, that means... that can only mean one thing. That Hock Seng Lao was not murdered with a gunshot from Paul Moss, the first mate steward. It was another man. It was another man. So let's take a look. What are we missing here in chapter 5? Oh, what are you asking me? What are we missing anything in chapter 5? I don't think so. What we've unlocked everything. Is that what you mean? I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound obtuse. I don't know what your question is. There's a lot of fates that we haven't deduced in nearly all chapters, if that's the question. But at first this book was empty. Because we hadn't unlocked the memories. We've now unlocked all of the memories, but we haven't deduced the fate of the people in it. So basically what we need to understand here is Hock Seng Lao was shot with a gun not by the first mate steward, possibly then by the captain steward, possibly by the third mate steward, or indeed the second mate steward, or indeed the fourth mate steward. Possibly none of those. I'm going to turn this back to unknown because clearly, well, here's the thing. It might not be shot by a gun though, but there is nothing else. Axed, burned, clawed, clubbed, crushed, decapitated, drowned, eaten, electrocuted, expired, exploded, fell, froze, illness, killed with a sword, knifed, poisoned, shot, speared, spiked, strangled, struck, suicide, or torn apart. It is definitely shot with a gun. It is 100%. That is how he died. And it is Hock Seng Lao. Well, Well, suddenly I'm less sure of that. But I think it is that. I can't imagine I would have locked that in if we weren't sure. So we'll maybe come back to him. Let's see if we can determine the fate of the other people in this little section first. Did we get this one correct? Edward Nichols, yeah, so he hasn't died here, Nichols. He's actually brought the mermaid aboard despite Itbeng Sia's best attempts to set them all on fire because he knew that the mermaid's banshee siren things were a problem. Let's see what happened here. So at this point, Nichols is still alive. Aren't I trying to work out what happened to the lady? I mean, she wasn't burned to death. What? Well, what happened to her here? This is part 4 of this chapter. Lots of things have happened. Yeah, I'm sorry though, Bo. I don't mean to discourage you from asking questions. We're in chapter 4 though, so I don't know what you meant by chapter 5. Okay, so this guy, I mean, he's been fucking spiked, right? Like, there's not even... It's not a question. It's not a question when it comes to this man. And we think that he was the second mate steward. Which would make sense if the second mate, Edward Nichols, is indeed on this excursion. Because Edward Nichols is there. But equally, perhaps this man is one of the stewards because he's also in the firing squad. So he could be the second mate steward. Is there another mate here? It's not him. Sincerely doubt that it's him. But there is no question that this man was spiked by a terrible beast. And I assume we think he's the second mate steward because he was stood helping Nichols when Nichols shot a man. So what, the real question is, what happened between now and, this is part 3, right? So what happened between now and part 4? Oh no, this is part 2. So I need to see part 3 because I haven't deduced yet how Bun Lan Lim died. We haven't really worked that out. I need to see part 3. This is part 1, that's not good.
Keep course due east. We'll reach the Canaries in 3 days. Packed enough stores?
Aye, sir. Check the load of them myself.
Good. Stay quiet and alert. If the wind picks up, we've no chance against the Obra Dinn.
Keep course due east. We'll reach the Canaries in 3 days. Packed enough stores. I, sir, checked and loaded them myself. Good. Stay quiet and alert. If the wind picks up, we've no chance against the Obra Dinn. So they're trying to... Oh, I understand. I understand. So, first of all, Edward Nichols, the second mate, knifes Nunzio Pasquale. We don't really know why, although it is fair to say that the gem was on display in that memory, wasn't it, when he knifed Nunzio? So he was probably going for the treasure. And then he frames Hokseng Lao for the murder, who gets executed by firing squad. Then Nichols is trying to make it away from the Obra Dinn. He asks his steward to lower the boats, and they board the boats, and they are leaving the Obra Dinn. But they are fearful here that they will be chased by the Obra Dinn because, for sure,
Shut it up. This is strange things about monsters.
the treasure is in there. So Nichols is trying to make off with the treasure. But who would be siding with Nichols in this? Well, obviously his steward. Problem is, I can't get back to the memory I want to get to. Makes me feel like we should leave this chapter because it's hard to navigate. But let's get let's get to the bottom of it. Okay, well at least this is part 6.
Ahoy! Ahoy! Wait! Don't shoot! I have treasure! I yield!
Hold your fire!
Yeah. And we're sure about what happened to Edward Nichols, the second mate. But what happened to the others? This is part 6, and there are not a lot of people on this boat. The gem is there. Somebody is looking on. Now, can we work out who this man is from the dialogue? Ahoy, they're back. Get the captain. Recover the boats. Hold your fire. Just doesn't really give us enough, does it? Apart from thinking that they're probably an officer. You know, possibly a mate. Because Mr. Tan over here, not sure who he is. I think he's just a passenger though, isn't he, or something? Yeah, he's Formosan royalty. Which is obviously why he disobeys the order. He's not interested in the orders of whoever this man is to hold your fire. That was part 6, and then this is part 5. Why would Nichols drag one aboard? Seems bizarre to me. How did she die? This is part 4, and we haven't not been able to work out how this lady dies. You could say she's been clawed. I think she's been clawed. If you look at her face, it would seem to me that she has been clawed. And this was part 4. Ah, we already jumped ahead to part 2. I'm missing part 3. I'm gonna have to leave all of this. We're gonna try and find our way back through it, but try and stop at part 3. So I get to part 4. It's not the man next to her. Somebody else. One of these, maybe. Part 3. Okay.
O'Hagan, you still breathing?
O'Hagan is here.
Nichols, sir, shoot them for God's sake!
Alright, well this man was not drowned. He was possibly strangled. Not by a beast. Actually by... We know who by. One of the foremost people. Itbeng Seer. Pretty sure. I don't know who this man is. Not yet. Is he O'Hagan? One of these men is O'Hagan. Who is O'Hagan? Patrick O'Hagan, the seaman. How does the dialogue go in this one? O'Hagan, you still breathing? Can you row? Help. This... This is Nichols. This won't be O'Hagan, I don't think. And it won't be him. She's definitely being clawed. By a terrible beast. So one of these is O'Hagan. Perhaps it is this man. It's one of them. It's fucking one of them. I'm just going to guess that it's this man for now. I don't know if it's fair to say that he was strangled. Like, how has he died here? Is there any kind of clue to that? I think we need to be incredibly observant. Does he have something in his hand? A knife, maybe? I think he does have something in his hand. See? Hard to say what it is, though, isn't it? It seems like something has been jabbed into his neck. Hopefully this is part 2. Oh, it's part 1. Right, well, we might get some information from it anyway.
Course due east. You'll reach the Canaries in 3 days. You packed enough stores?
Aye, sir. Checked and loaded them myself.
Good. Stay quiet and alert. If the wind picks up, we've no chance against the Obra Dinn.
休假，你玩抓不？
我冇问题，但是伊来想啊，绝对袂当互伊落去水底。
那是遐个怪物出现，你绝对卖起来。
Aye, shut it up.
They say strange things about monsters.
They say strange things about monsters. Okay, so here's what we know. This man here was translating what the Formosan people were saying. So, this man, he seems more important than a regular seaman. Which means this must be Mr. O'Hagan. Because this is Nichols, and these are stewards of the mates. And that is the Formosan lady. So who could this man be who would be able to translate for the Formosans? Let's just, so we're at part 1. What happens in part 2? Mother of God, keep rowing, they are here. Bang the chest, where is it? There's something there, I see it, give us a weapon. So he was definitely spiked. This man was spiked, but don't know who he is. Judging from the names of the Formosans, Lim Lao. He's probably going to be one of the Chinese top men, isn't he? But I don't really know what to do with that information, because that's not enough. He is in 4 memories. First appears in number 14. But that's just because he's asleep. Oh. Wait, what? Am I on the wrong guy? Yeah, bookmarked his memories. So he is also in this one. That doesn't teach us too much. He is in this one. Okay. This was just the man who was translating. Perhaps it's just not enough to go off. We're going to have to look at something else. Maybe we have to leave this chapter. What we do know so far, though, is Nichols tried to take the treasure after framing Hokseng Lao. I assume he took the Formosans as prisoner. And then they returned. So I guess we can go to the next chapter and see at least how the story flows from there. That has to be her. So we know she's... We've got some correct guesses in here, but we do need to determine the others. Some people disappeared. Oh, what fate befell this man? Oh, well, he was on the boat. Perhaps he was drowned. I don't know who he is. Okay, unholy captives. Choi Tan was spiked by a terrible beast, and this person was spiked by a terrible beast. But we don't know who you are. So let's have a look at this one then. Unholy Captives Part 1 on the main deck. Just about over here.
Lift this out and take it below.
What the hell is going on? What do you know about these things? About the chest and your dead friends?
这是虾米？未来全部供出来，拢是恁害啦！迄个害的较对人无够好，是谁人滚死的啊？He talk about a shell, very dangerous.
Shell? What shell?
Gosh, I don't know. Let's have a look. What does the dialogue say? Lift this out, take it below. What the hell is going on? What do you know about these things about the chest and your dead friends? What are these monsters? Where are they from? You must tell us everything. This is your fault. The shell must be protected. We will all die. You talk about a shell very dangerous. We know that this is... Well, we think this is the bosun. So again, this man must have just been someone who was able to translate all the Formosans. It doesn't make any sense. But we don't have enough to go on to know exactly who he is. Actually, maybe we do. If he appeared all the way back here. Okay, what happens if I bookmark him? So he appears here, which means he's probably asleep. Because I assume, would it show us if he had a bookmarked dialogue? Maybe. Alright, well, I'm going to have to leave him as unknown for now because I don't have enough info to go off elsewhere. But that's part 1. Now, what about part 2? This would be below on the gun deck. One 0 78th minute. Martinez on a deflection. Don't know what. One to which way?
What's your foot in? Hey there, what's this? Give him the tea and I can fry us a solid meal, boys.
Careful now. Take it slow.
What's it, gentlemen? There's a free shell here. Let's have a look.
No, get back.
What's this? Give them to me and I can fry as a solid meal, boys. This is the fucking cook. Thomas Sefton was struck dead by a beast's tail. Surely. Who else could it be but the cook? He must be the cook. I can't believe that we have some of these other things wrong. So this is not registering as correct. But surely. Give them to me and I can fry as a solid meal, boys. This is the cook. Oh, it's Manchester. Cool. Thank you for the update. Right. Impossible to say who else was speaking. Where are you going in such a hurry? I don't know what happened to you. Okay, so part one was they got spiked by the thing up there. Part two is this guy gets smacked by a tail. And I assume we can come up here to see what was going on around the same time. They were bringing the chest on board, which would be expected. This is the captain, isn't it? Robert Whittrell. And this is his first mate, William Hoscut. And this could be fucking anybody. But is possibly an unknown officer. Because we know he's not the second mate. Because that would be Edward Nichols. This was the aftermath of all of that. This man, I think we have correctly identified already as the surgeon. Yeah, we don't know how he died. Now, does the surgeon have a mate? He does. That means this could be James Wallace. But more likely this is James Wallace, really. We did it. The surgeon's mate was strangled by a terrible beast. This was correct. Bunlan Lim. And the cook was struck dead by a beast's tail. This is proper progress happening right now. Okay. So I still think you're... I think you're the... You must be the first mate steward. You must be. You are Christian Wolf the Gunner. Why do we think you were torn apart by a terrible beast, though, and that seems to not be correct? You were decapitated, and we don't know who you are, but just because all of you men are around the captain at this significant moment, you're probably significant people. Who the fuck are you? Peter Milroy, the midshipman. Okay. Well, we've solved this one anyway. So this is... What is this? Part... How do I go... Is there an easy way to go all the way to the end? Maybe not. It's actually here anyway, isn't it? Unholy Captive. So... This man's spiked by a terrible beast. We just don't know who he is. The cook was struck dead by a beast's tail. This unknown soul was crushed by falling cargo. So let's have a look at that in part 3. There is no text in it, though. There is no text for this one. Where did it happen? On the Orlok deck, in fact. Right here. I'm not sure. See, I put crushed by falling cargo, but he's sort of been crushed by a beast, hasn't he? But we don't know who he is. Let's see if we can bookmark this person's memories and do it that way. So he appears in this one. Not going to tell us too much, though. He appears in this one. That also won't tell us too much unless we... No, it won't tell us too much out of that one. This you have to feel is Samuel Gilligan, the second mate steward. If I am understanding things correctly. This man, you were maybe not knifed. I don't know what happened. Perhaps you were strangled. Something wrong has happened there. Oh, this could be the second mate steward, couldn't it? More likely. We don't know this person. Where am I right now? I am facing the carpenter's shop. So we know, have we correctly identified that you... We think you're the carpenter's mate, and you're the carpenter? Really? Why are you not the carpenter's mate? Oh, you are definitely the carpenter's mate, so you must be the carpenter. Okay. Don't know who you are. Know nothing about you presently. You have a book. Why do you have a book? What type of... Oh, you're the artist. Oh, you die later from something. Okay. You are the butcher, and we know that. You're the cook, you're already dead. So basically the cook gets slammed by the tail, and then this thing falls into this guy and kills him. Is there a better way to say what happened to him? This is really the problem with this game, is language. Well, no. I mean, I guess. I should put that because he didn't really fall down the stairs to his death, I don't think, but we can do that for now. We can consider that a good placeholder. Part 4. would be down in the cargo hold. All the way over here. Really? So this is part 4. So part 3 of that was bang, the thing falls on the man. Okay. And then this is part 4? Seems hard to believe.
Keep pressure here.
Hold him down. What madness is this? 20 years my steward, and never a doubt on your sanity. Explain yourself.
Those ungodly beasts carry a curse! Throw them back or doom us all!
Tie him up and put him in the lazarette with those things. He may yet find his senses.
Come on.
Right, one of the people here is the steward. If we know who the officer is here.
Where's the rest of his leg?
All's fine, John. We're gonna have to analyze the dialogue here and stuff. What does a bosun do? What's their job? General crew operations and the equipment required to sail the ship. Alright, well, maybe that's you. We certainly think so. You're the captain. Right, we've got to find this page again. There must be a control for this, man. I just clearly I haven't paid attention when I should have paid attention, but I don't know what the control is. This unknown soul was torn apart by a terrible beast. Keep pressure here. Hold him down. What madness is this? 20 years, my steward. Never a doubt on your sanity. Explain yourself. Those ungodly beasts carry a curse. Throw them back or doom us all. Tie him up and put him in the lazarette with those things. He may yet find his senses. Who on earth are you? Why are you being thrown in the lazarette? You're the surgeon's mate. So who the hell are you? What happened to this man? Obviously, the thing fell down here, and it's killed him. We need to get, like, the full picture here, really, don't we? We won't get past these guys on the stairs. You clearly want that chest to go back, but we don't know who you are. Just looking for clues to determine anybody's identity is really... That's really the sort of point that we're at. Is this where a bosun would operate out of? We have no idea. What about... Does the map tell us anything from there? The bosun's store. Oh. Yeah. I mean... It does seem like perhaps these are the areas from which he operates. But I don't know how this man died. Oh, his leg. Yeah, well, he has been torn apart then, hasn't he? Because his leg is missing. Does make you think he's... I would have thought these were all the mate stewards who were firing on Hokseng Lao. All right. I think we're done with that one. I think we just have to be done with that one. But again, we're really now just looking for ways to identify the people. So that was part 4 of chapter 5. So chapter 6 is pretty long. In the rigging, this unknown soul was electrocuted. The location of the corpse is on the main deck. I remember this guy. He gets fucking zapped by lightning. If we can work out who he is, you know, it's going to be useful in terms of process of elimination. He must be one of the... What do they call them? The top men? The top men are the men who work... Well, I should just check that in the glossary. We'll come back to chapter 6, part 1 in a moment. Working above the deck in the sails and rigging. So it's probably going to be a topman. Yeah. Alright, well, where is the body then? Let's see. Okay. That's where he fucking dies. Oh, and you can see spiders coming aboard, look, at that very moment. And it all started to go to shit. But how on earth would we identify this man from that? I mean, we wouldn't, would we? We'd just have to guess that he's one of the top men, but I don't think we've made enough other correct guesses. Like, it's not going to tell us that we're correct. Because we simply do not know. And try and observe everything available. This, by the way, we think is the bosun's mate, and we've thought that for a while, and it's not true. because it would have told us by now if it was true. But it gets referred to as Frenchman, I thought, at one point. It seems very identifiable because of all of his tattoos. What kind of people are we dealing with in terms of top men? We have Russia, England, New Guinea, England, China, Scotland, and Persia. So there's one Scottish guy, but it's not really a lot to go off currently. One Persian guy, I suppose. Okay, part 2. We're really just looking for dialogue, I think. I don't really recognize any of these people. I recognize you, kind of, though. Okay. What we're actually going to do is... I think instead of just keep replaying these memories, which I'm not sure is getting us too far, let's flick through the memories. A demon. Ein demon. Stay back. It's already done for, Nick. Come on, boss. Okay, this next one might be very useful then. So part 3, where is this corpse? It is down on the gun deck. Because there are names being mentioned here.
What's going on?
Stay back! It's already done for Nick.
Hey, come on, boss. No, get there. Hey, cat! Ah!
Okay, well, there is an American. He says, hey, catch. I think it's probably just the carpenter people. Winston Smith is American. We know that you're the carpenter's mate. And you're the carpenter. Oh, so how is this? Well, we know this is correct then, surely. Oh yeah, we know that's correct. Okay, and he's about to suffer the same fate, isn't he? Why would this not be the carpenter? Is there somebody else involved in carpentry? Not really. We can also do the classic thing of having a look around. Do we find anything worthy of note? don't think so. Not at this juncture, but who's Nick then? How does this dialogue go? What's going on? Stay back. It's already done for, Nick. Nick. You are definitely the carpenter. Are you Nick? Who the fuck is Nick? You don't even have a Nick. Or a Nicholas or anything. Unless it's Roderick. Number 42. Oh, yeah. Huh. Thank you. Well, he could be Nick. Thank you, FT. I did not see that. One of these men is probably Nick. The thing that we know is, where it's got the X, that is the man who died. So the man who died says, what's going on? Come on, boss. And hey, catch. So that's him. So when he's saying, hey, catch, he's throwing this axe, clearly. He says, come on, boss. Well, that is because he's the carpenter's mate, and I believe that this is the carpenter. Carpenter's mate is not Nick, is he? No, he's Marcus Gibbs. So I can only assume that the carpenter is telling this man to stay back. That's basically all the information I can really glean from this. I think we have to go to the next memory to determine anything further. Even that, I'm not super sure about. We're no use, burn it quick. James Wallace, the surgeon's mate, was strangled by a terrible beast. This man, feel like it's going to be pretty impossible to work him out from here for now. Let's have a look at this memory though, because we have found for the thing is, other memories have taught us things because we see people sort of coming out of their quarters or something like that.
We're no use.
Right. You're having a... This guy's having some sort of slapstick comedy episode. Right. I think we know you. You're the butcher. Okay. Who are you then? Does the butcher have a mate? Probably not, right? Why do I have that this man... That's strange. Why do I have that this man was shot? Part 7. Okay, we'll have to have a look at that. I don't understand why I've got down that that man was shot. You are... the bosun? Seems like. You're... who are you? I think you're the ship's steward. Maybe possibly the captain's steward, but Again, I don't know what the fuck happened to you, so it doesn't really tell us anything interesting. You're just a guy. Why can't I zoom in on this man? Oh, I can. This is the gunner. Of course it's the gunner. And he has given the bosun a weapon. This is the first mate? Yeah, first mate. Okay. A lot of guys ready for a tussle. So what did we have down for the carpenter? We had that he was spiked. I mean, I think he has been spiked. Okay. This man has been strangled. Has this man been strangled or decapitated? Well, this man has been strangled, and we know that. This man has been strangled. Oh, but we don't know who he is, but we might, because process of elimination. Wait, he couldn't be. No, I was going to say, he's not Hoksang Lao. Okay, yeah, no, I thought he was Formosan for a second, but he isn't. I mean, he seems like, you know, a seaman. But again, I don't think that we have made enough guesses elsewhere to be able to lock any of this in. So it doesn't really matter. We need something more concrete. We need to actually have at least a couple solved. That's all right. We might be able to. We're going to keep going through some of these. We made a lot of progress today, honestly. What about this one? Charles Hirschtick, we think, the midshipman, was blasted by an explosion. Interesting why we think he's Charles Hirschtick, but perhaps he is. He is located not far away from us. Right here, I guess. And we think that he was killed with an explosion. You could say burned, couldn't you? Ah, now this is the carpenter once again, isn't it? Who seems to have had the spike removed. Lots of people seem to have had the spike removed and then perished in a different way. I think the reason that we think he was exploded is because in the memory before this, we see somebody throw a grenade or something. Let's see. Oh, we checked the memory before this though, didn't we? Well, this one we have correct. The butcher was spiked by a terrible beast. But let's replay it, because once again, we might actually be able to determine something.
I've got you. Don't move. I'll get you down.
I'll get you down. Well, we're pretty clear that he is the surgeon. Perhaps this man was burned then. This is what I mean. The hardest bit so far sometimes is determining what the game would like me to say about how these people died. Like, yeah, everyone is dead. Yes, the entire crew of the Obra Dinn is dead, but we're trying to determine what happened to them. And it's hard sometimes because, like, you don't know what terminology you're supposed to be using, but you also need to determine who these people are. This person was shot with a gun by an unknown attacker. They make for the lazarette, secure the hold, someone shoot the damn thing. Oh, I think this man gets shot through a wall. I think I remember. He's on this deck, but he's out here. Yeah. I think he gets shot accidentally through a wall.
Someone shoot the damn thing!
I suppose you could say, does he get shot? Or has he actually been spiked by the beast? Can't really get a very good angle to see, can we? Oh no, yeah, that man does shoot him. It's that man there. So if we can determine that man's identity, then we know how this man died, but we don't know who this man is anyway, unfortunately. So that doesn't really tell us too much. The carpenter was spiked by a terrible beast. A hideous monster perished simultaneously with a brave but unfortunate soul. So this is where... This is kind of true. He was spiked by a terrible beast. I just don't know if that led to his death. Is that all? Let's see. His corpse is... way down in the cargo hold in the bosun's store. So let's have another look at that. We're sure about his identity now of being the carpenter, but somehow seems like we may be slightly wrong about how he died. But he did get spiked, but the spike got removed. So I don't know how he succumbed. Oh, apparently this is him. I don't really understand. There was a gunshot there. Perhaps you're see, here's the thing, right? You've got spiked is an option. But you also have like speared by a terrible beast. You know what I mean? Spiked can only happen by a beast, but I don't know if that's... It shouldn't mean exclusively projectiles, should it? Because that's not what spiked means. But I just wonder whether it does mean that. Because he's been like... I mean, I don't know what the fuck has happened to him, to be honest with you, but... What's happened here? I'd say spiked is the stabbing. Yeah. Spiked, like I say, so far, spiked has been... Like, we've got correct guesses when spiked has been projectiles. But I still think, even though these are not projectiles, it's just the limbs of the fucking spider creature that have stabbed him. He's been spiked, hasn't he? Spear is where the beast... But that is what's happening here, right? Is like the beast is reaching out with its... You could also say... So there's also like struck by... But none of these are true though, are they? It's not hooves. And it's not a tail or wings. So none of that really makes sense. I mean, if you want to call those hooves, you're welcome to. Return of the Obra Dinn, but I don't. I mean, I think that's just going to have to be good enough. We don't really learn anything new from that memory. The thing is, what's cool now is when we first started playing, you were getting everything in reverse order. And now we can actually go in the legitimate order. And maybe try and piece things together a little bit better. Now we are at the doom when lots and lots of things happened. Let me on over my dead body, you bloody Dane. How's that? There's no cause for trouble, boys. Get in the boat. Thought I'd forget you killed my brother. That was an accident. The ropes. Wasn't his fault. I saw the whole thing. Okay, well, let's have a look at this body. We're in the next chapter now, so after they've dealt with spider creatures. This body, by the way, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's on the main deck. So much chaos. Is it this one? Yeah.
Let me on. Over my dead body, you bloody Dane. Huh? How's that?
There's no cause for trouble, boys. Get in the boat.
Huh? Thought I'd forget. You killed my brother. What? That was an accident. The ropes.
It wasn't his fault. I saw the whole thing.
Nice. I shouldn't have waited so long.
No, don't.
So we think this is the Danish man. That's why I have identified him as Lars Linde, the seaman, who is, I think, the only Dane on the ship. So it would make sense, right? That's the clue there. This is the Danish man. I don't know. Oh, so we think it was Nicholas Botterill. I'm pretty sure we can lock that in. We will certainly try. You have to get 3 things right anyway before it's all determined. I assume that these people were trying to leave because of all the chaos. I don't know who you are. I can't see anything else from here. But they were trying to leave. So the Dane killed his brother. Is there another Botterill? That would be relevant, wouldn't it? I don't think so. Not one that I can see clearly, anyway. So, that doesn't mean too much to me. Doesn't mean too much. Next memory would be this one. Edward Spratt was strangled by a terrible beast. I agree with this. I believe this is down in... It's down on the gun deck, actually. Pretty sure it's this way. Oh no, it's this way. Wait, no, it's not this way. What am I doing? This one's locked in, though. This one's correct. So we're not trying to work out this particular death because we know it to be true. But there might be information to gather from it. Wait. Is it me or does it sound like someone's having stomach problems? Well, I think this is why. Because there be a Kraken now, as of this point. This ship has been through, and honestly, FD, this ship's been through some shit. We have no idea who you are. We can only assume that you're the unknown officer. Why would you be walking to this area of the ship? So you're potentially the first and or the third mate. Well, not and, but... Which then would make this man... Yeah, but I think these are all the fucking mates. Mate stewards. So... We have the captain, the first mate, the second mate. I mean, potentially you're the third mate, but who the hell then would be the fourth mate? It would... Yeah. It'd have to be that man. So this man, maybe this man and this man are the third and fourth mate, and we just haven't quite worked it out yet. What we might be able to do here, though, is see people waking up. And that might give us something to go off. So where's the Kraken at this point? There it is, look. See, this man could be the other mate. Yeah. They all seem to wear their hat like that if they're the second, third, and fourth mate. So perhaps that is his steward. Perhaps we're wrong about these being the stewards. I don't know who would have like the who would have the authority to fire the gun at the execution. Really hard to say. What do we know of the stewards? England, that's all we know. It's not enough. Yeah, well they must be a mate and steward combo, but we don't know what's happened to them. But we're gonna roll with that, I think, for the next few memories. That those guys with the turned hats, they must be the mates. Including this man. Do we know anything actually? Any, like, nationalities of the mates? Anything like that? No, they're just English. Okay. Alright. Next memory is what? This man was crushed by a loose cannon, but we don't know who he is. They are on the gun deck. Over here. It's all of this chaos, isn't it? Who would be responsible for firing the cannons? Well, here was a problem. This man has definitely been crushed by a cannon. You could say he's been crushed by the Kraken, though, couldn't you? You wouldn't be ridiculous to say that. But I think it wants us to say that he's been crushed by a cannon. Don't know who he is. You would assume that one of these people... Well, yes, this is the gunner, Mr. Christian Wolf, and we know that. So that's fine. These men are, of course, springing into action now that they see the chaos. Again, it's not really... There's not enough happening here, really. I wonder whether we're just at a blockage point now. This one is also crazy. We know that... Well, we're saying that the gunner was torn apart by a terrible beast. I mean, I can be pretty sure of that, but let's check that one out, because we know that he's the gunner. We do know that. It was all of this. So this cannon has actually fired. Has it? Somehow. Therefore, this man has actually not been torn apart by a terrible beast. The beast has fired the cannon at him. So he was like shot by a cannon. By a terrible beast. Yes, that is correct. He was shot with a cannon by a kraken. Which is quite a fucking way to go. But I think that is true. This man was apparently crushed by a loose cannon. Where is he? Actually, don't understand where he is in this whole scene. Or is it him? No. Well, then what the hell is all of that? Anyway, once again, I think that's all we're going to get. We know here that that is one that has to be correct. This entire guess. That Christian Wolf the Gunner was blasted with a cannon by a kraken. Foreign enemy is not... That's not true, is it? That's an S tier death right there. Yeah, he's got one of the best ones. The old gunner. But where was the other man who's apparently been crushed by cannon? Well, we'll have to come back to that. This person was also apparently crushed by a cannon. And his corpse is right here. Well, it seems like... I mean, this seems pretty fucking nailed on, to be honest, but we, once again, not sure about who this man is. I mean, that, you know, that is what's happened. I don't think the dialogue really tells us who he is. Sir Loose Cannon. Who would be saying what's happened here? Probably this man? It could be that he... We might be able to... hold on. Yeah. If he's his steward, then we might be able to guess that he is either the fourth mate steward or the third mate steward. Oh! That makes that man the third mate. Christian Wolf was blasted with a cannon by a terrible beast. Okay. So we know that that man is now the third mate. This man here. We don't know what happened to him, but we know that he is the third mate. He appears in 9 memories. I don't think we've actually seen him perish. So we'll get to that. But this was his steward, because he was saying sir, right? So that's how we could work that bit out. Does the gunner have a mate? Probably not. Oh, Gunner's mate? Could potentially be him. But I'm not confident enough about that to really lock that in. I think that's a little bit ahead of the game. Okay, so process of elimination, we have found the third mate, which means also we should be able to reasonably confidently lock in that this man is indeed the fourth mate, John Davies, and that this is his steward. Which just helps to finalize some things. So these men don't seem to have their stewards next to them, which would indicate that you've probably got captain steward, ship steward, first mate steward, and second mate steward across these 4 men in the firing squad. I think. But I can't work out who the hell is who yet. Okay, where do we go next? I hate it when it messes up all of my... where I'm up to. Okay, we've done that. Roderick Anderson. Peter Milroy, the midshipman, was speared by Charles Hershtick. Why am I so convinced about this, and yet it has to be wrong? It must be wrong. It must be wrong, because it would have made it correct earlier. So, it's on the main deck. It's on the main deck. Perhaps then he's been exploded. That's why I'm wrong here. He's been exploded. But why do I think that you're... Yeah, we don't know who the hell you are. I don't know why I think you're Charles Hershtick. Nor do I know why I think you're the midshipman. Why do I think that? I feel like if I don't know why I think that, then perhaps I should remove it until we come across it again. He's been exploded though, hasn't he? He's been exploded. And then we think that this is the bosun's mate who was crushed by a terrible beast, but it seems like he's not the bosun's mate. Well, something's incorrect about it. This man. Well. He's been tossed overboard, but I don't know what the fuck has happened to him. Fell overboard. I assume. I'll lock that in now, because it seems true. What on earth has happened to you? Oh, you might be the fourth mate steward. No. Can you be the gunner's mate? Yeah, that's probably what you are. That's probably what you fucking are. Now this is the man that we think is the bosun's mate. Okay, I think that's about all we can work out from there. This man was exploded. So let's see what happened here, because this is also a wrong guess. It has to be. Perhaps I should say torn apart, because he hasn't been crushed, he's actually in 2 pieces. Oh yeah, he's already in 2 pieces. So he might well be the bosun's mate, but he has been torn apart by a terrible beast. I'm pretty sure I'm more confident about him being the bosun's mate, really. You're the 3rd mate. Ah, we know that you're the 3rd mate. You think you're the bosun. And you're the gunner's mate, because the gunner is, at this point, dead. What are you doing? Can't really get good eye line on these people. He's just throwing spears at the Kraken. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. He's been torn apart, for sure. That's why he's in 2 bits. Abigail Whittrell was clubbed by a terrible beast, and that is locked in, so that is correct. 7 wayward souls departed. Oh, I see. Ooh. Disappeared in the doom. Well, perhaps you fell overboard as well. I'm gonna put that, because if we know who any of these people are, but we actually don't know who they are, it seems like quite a few of them probably fell overboard. And then we're up to here. In the officer's mess, the bosun was spiked by a terrible beast. Again, it's saying that this is not true. We are pretty clear now that this man is the bosun. So we just need to try and lock down what actually happened to him. Oh, I see.
Put me down. Let go.
Easy now. You're in a bad way.
It's the squid. Where is my Frenchman?
The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart.
That. The beast is dead. How? How did you kill it?
We didn't. It left with the storm. Captain came up from the hold. Said he chased it off. You should rest.
A curse like that does not live for nothing.
See, he's kind of expired. Did you try speared? Yeah, I'm not sure why I've put that he was spiked, because that's clearly... it's clearly not true. He does seem to have lost a fucking arm. Has he lost an arm? When did that happen? Okay, hold on. So we have to leave this memory a minute, because I actually need to see the final memory of the previous chapter. How the fuck did I get out? We're going to see the final memory of the previous chapter, because something has probably happened to the bosun there. Oh, is it in the bargain then? which I don't really understand any of that. Let's just have a look at, like I say, the final chapter of the Doom, which is up on the main deck. Okay. In the captain's quarters. This was the captain's wife. Did you try speared? Yeah, no, I haven't tried speared, but I think. See, a lot of these guesses I made early as well, before I had the full context of the story, and so some of them are probably wrong. That's one of the quirks about this game. It doesn't tell you whether you've made a correct guess until you've made 3 correct guesses, and then it will group all 3 together. So there's probably some sitting in there that are like halfway right or a little bit right, and I've not quite got them correct. But it's impossible really to work out which, unless you've got some that you can lock in. Like, for example, I think we can lock in that the bosun's first mate was torn apart by a terrible beast. We know that that is true. Everything indicates that it is true. So then we can, like, process of elimination some of the ones around it, you know? Okay, this one's correct anyway. We got her one correct. But what happened to the bosun here? I think he was also torn apart. Because I think his arm has been ripped off here. You are probably fucking dead, my friend. I don't know who you are, but I think I can see what's happened. You have been, like, dragged. I don't know. We'll put that for now. But anyway, Mr. Bosun, you were torn apart by a terrible beast. You could say, the thing is, like I say, there's so many options, right? There's so many options about how they died. You could say, perhaps, that he was crushed, but that's not really true. You could say he wasn't really eaten. You could say he expired, because he kind of just, you know, he didn't expire from old age, though, did he? That's not true. He sort of succumbed to his injuries. He wasn't exploded. He didn't fall. He wasn't frozen. It wasn't poorly. He wasn't killed with a sword or a knife. He wasn't poisoned. He wasn't shot. He wasn't speared, spiked, strangled, struck, or committed suicide, or indeed, he was torn apart. He was torn apart by a terrible beast. So I think we have basically the bosun and the bosun's mate are now locked in. Now, do we know who you are? No. This man is, I think, one of the top men. I'm going to try and do a bit of a process of elimination. Could be a seaman. Is there a David Seaman? No. I'm pretty sure this man has been clubbed by the captain as well. Like, we're much more sure of that. And we can get to why in a little while. Okay, fair enough. Not any of these people. But I still think we've got the bosun and the bosun's mate now pretty much locked in. So we just need to find another surefire death, you know, and then we'll be in a good spot. Bosun has had his... I just wish there was an option, man. I hate it so much because I wish there was an option that was like had his arm ripped off. But there isn't. There is an option for torn apart. That's probably what it should be. Okay. So now we're on escape. The bosun was torn apart by a terrible beast. This unknown soul was killed with a sword by an unknown attacker. Let's see if we can work that out. It is up here somewhere. In fact, it is here.
Last one. Move quick. You'll not take the last one.
All look out. You'll not take the last boat. Probably, says this man. Which probably means he's Paul. Paul Moss, the first mate steward? Maybe. Who was it who killed him? We don't know. I don't know how we would know. See, I had him down as the first mate steward because he's running up behind the... But I think the first mate is actually probably running towards his steward. Could make this man... The ship steward? Captain steward. Or the ship steward. I'll put captain steward for now, but I'm not sure about that. All look out. Well, who are you then? Might you be a Moss? I mean, you're going to be one of these passengers. Well, the other thing is, what I can do here... Try... Let me try and see if I know who shot Hock Seng Lao. Because I assume it's one of these stewards. It's hard to say who. Won't be him. He wasn't shot by a steward. Oh, unknown steward. No. How interesting. I think it was the gunner's mate. Who on earth would have, like... This is what's so weird. Who would have the authority to shoot Hock Seng Lao? Who... I don't understand who would be in the firing squad. Really. But it would help us, because we're sure that the rest of this is correct. This is Hock Seng Lao, and he was shot with a gun. There was a firing squad, and they shot him. But we're going to be here forever if we just do this. And it's not the gunner. We've tried to say, is it like the gunner because the gunner ordered it? But no, it isn't. Maybe it's like the purser or the helmsman or something. I don't seem to have identified those people. Well, we'll have to leave that as unknown for now, but that would have helped to solve some things. You are the gunner's mate, and you were decapitated a bit later on. Oh no, must be... Yeah, it must be later on. You're the fourth mate. Who the hell are you? You don't know. Okay, well. Some info there. We think that might be Paul Moss, the first mate steward, because they said Paul. So, if indeed all roads do lead to Rome. So this is the next one, and it's going to be very nearby, I think. Oh yeah, so that'll be this one. So this is the man who killed Paul Moss, we think.
Let them go!
It looks like, you know, the captain was ready to shoot him, but that's not correct. He actually got shot by this person. So I don't understand why it says that. Surgeon? Huh, we still don't know what happened to him. Alright, I'm not learning too much from this one. I've gone a bit silent because I don't know what's going on. We know that this man, well, it seems like he was trying to assassinate the captain for a while, if I remember correctly. Let's just have a look down and see if we find anything else out. Oh, interesting. This man... who are you again? You are the gunner's mate, at least we think so. You seem to have found, perhaps, a conspirator. That would make you the fourth. Well, you are the fourth mate. Okay. So actually, has this man... We know what happened to this man? He was knifed. Oh, well then he was probably knifed by the gunner's mate. But we don't know who he is. You can kind of piece it together. Even when you're not... Really, the key with this game is like understanding... Oh, wait, so he wasn't knifed by the gunner's mate because the gunner's mate is killed here. Interesting. But understanding that you can solve the deaths of some people even when you're not watching the memory where they die.
Captain Cannon was roasted.
You have a plan?
Yes. Take ship and sail east. Trade wretched fish and shells for gold. Hey, who's there?
Mutiny! Mutiny!
Bastard!
No!
Oh, the gunner's mate. The gunner's mate was part of the mutiny. Maybe. Oh no, he was knifed. We're missing a memory somewhere. Who the hell are you? Oh, so you have been decapitated by the fourth mate. No? You've been shot then by the fourth mate, have you? Really? We've identified somebody incorrectly. That's the only thing I can think now. Captain at this point has completely and utterly lost control of his ship. Perhaps he's the captain's steward. He has been decapitated, hasn't he? I know he's been shot with a gun, but I mean... his fucking head's been blown off. Surely that is what it wants us to see. Okay. Okay, next memory. And then... we think the fourth mate was clubbed, possibly by his steward. One of the stewards. Possibly by the helmsman or the purser. But he is the fourth mate, isn't he? Why do we think that? We think that because of his hat? It's a good enough reason to think that. This man is a midshipman. Well, maybe. We think he was. Ah, how annoying. We know you're the first mate. That is locked in. And And we used to think that you were the first mate steward, but we are a lot less sure about that now. Not sure who the fuck you are now. But you have definitely clubbed this man. The fourth mate, John Davies. How can I work out who you are? This man was knifed by the gunner's mate. Oh, yeah, because... Yeah, well, he was. Because we saw that happen earlier. So... Ach no, don't leave me. Bear up, son. I'll stay with you. Tell Pete's mother I tried my best to pull him back to save him. Alright, let's watch this memory. Because it seems like it might be useful. It's in the midshipman's quarters.
Oh no, you're cut.
Don't.
It's a Scottish man.
Bear up, son. I'll stay with you.
Tell Pete's mother I tried my best.
Aye.
To pull him back, to save him.
You tell her yourself. Brennan, bring the surgeon's kit.
Oh, it's the Scottish man because it's the first mate who is Scottish. What do we know about Pete? Who the hell is Pete? It's gonna be Peter Milroy, the midshipman. And we don't know what the fuck happened to him. I don't know who he is either. Davy James, we know that man, don't we? Don't we think it's him? Oh no, wait. No. Wait. Fuck. No, because he's the fourth mate. So who would be the purser here? It doesn't... I don't know if maybe some of this stuff is, like, useful, you know? Whatever's happening here. What do we have correct? Did the bosun's mate stuff come in? Don't remember. No, you see, that's still, like... They're still not confirmed yet, so we must be able... Jeez, this guy is a midshipman. Surely, he's a midshipman. And he was knifed by the gunner's mate. Doesn't make any sense. This is what I hate so far, is when you've gone wrong, you get stuck into being wrong, because it won't tell you guess by guess. It tells you every 3 guesses you get correct. I think it's fine, it's good that the game does that, but it's really then complicated to work out what the hell is happening, because Some of these, it feels like I'm sure that they're correct, but it can't be sure because I need 3 correct to be sure. Let's have a look. What would the next section of this be? I actually might be able to work 1 or 2 of those out. Where is the ship during the escape? Here? And they left to the Azores. I can see... that's a good thing. Otherwise, you could keep guessing. Yeah. Otherwise, it would trivialize it somewhat, wouldn't it? But these people might be alive in the Azores. This is what I'm going to guess. Azores? I don't know what that place is. This is what I'm going to guess based on the position of the ship. And it's also relatively straightforward to say they're going to be... Try the other way around. No. I might be wrong about where they're alive then. It's just because of the side they left the ship on. That was the only thing I was really going on with that. Who is this? What fate befell them? I don't know what happened to the bloody surgeon. He should be alive as well, though, right? Unless he was drowned. No. Should be alive. Maybe on Africa? Maybe he's at the Canaries? Maybe he's... Okay, well, he's alive, I think, because he left on the ship. I don't know where he would be alive. He left on this side of the ship. Okay, and then we get to the end. This unknown soul was knifed by Captain Robert Witterell. Where are they? Must be in here someplace. They're at the bottom of the sea. That's a lie. Captain, open the door. Kick it in. Lest we break it down and take more than those shells, you bastards may take exactly what I give you. So the captain was after the shells, then he kills the first mate because he shoots him. This man was definitely knifed by the Captain Robert Witterell, and it would make sense that he was a steward, but we've already done all of this once, haven't we? It didn't seem to work. So, therefore, we actually don't really know who this man is. This man seems very tricky to work out who the hell he is. But he goes to attack the captain. We still can't really work it out. Captain Robert Witterell shot himself. Alright. I think we're at the end of the stream today. Okay? We're at the end of the stream today. Because I can't see how we make any progress right now, but maybe with some fresh eyes next week I will. But there is one thing to try that we are yet to try. And it is basically when we come down onto this boat, this man said, "Are you done? Because we can leave because the storm's picking up." So we're going to do that. and just see what happens here. I hope that this doesn't, like, end the game and leave it at a an incorrect resolution or something, but he did say that we could do that.
All done? We should go. Storm's nearly about, so we won't be coming back. If you've still business here, climb up and finish it. Else I'll make to port.
Don't think I still have business here because, you know, I can still make deductions.
Finally. Sit down so you don't fall out.
One week later. Oh, I think it is an ending, which is annoying. Hopefully it lets me reload. The Honourable East India Company insurance assessment for the good ship Obra Dinn, victim of calamitous events at sea, prepared by the Company Office of Investigation. The ship was damaged in the squall Atlantic, sunk in storm Falmouth. Payout claimed £20,000. All cargo lost. Payout claimed £5,000. Oh, that was the cargo of the company. The cargo of the Crown has been paid out. Claimed for restitution of £3,000. Captain Robert Whitterell. Suicide by gun. Criminal findings. Murder of crewmate. Estate forfeited to the Crown. William Hoskett, the first mate, was shot with a gun by Captain Robert Whitterell. He attempted a mutiny. I didn't know that. Oh, I guess he did, yeah, but I think the captain had gone mad at that point. His estate has been fined £25. Edward Nichols, the second mate, was shot with a gun by Chao Tan. Murder of crewmate, attempted mutiny, theft of cargo. His estate has been fined £100. Martin Perrott, the third mate, fate is unknown. Findings of merit, extraordinary valour, exceptional performance of duties, estate awarded outstanding wages and reward of £90. John Davies, the fourth mate, was clubbed by somebody unknown. Murder of crewmate, fined £15. Okay, the bosun. Exceptional performance of duties. Congratulations to the bosun, and indeed the bosun's mate. Findings of demerit on Henry Evans, the surgeon. Abandonment of crew and vessel. Yes, that is true. Cook. His estate has been awarded outstanding wages. Okay. Preliminary draft of this assessment has been approved by the Royal Trade Guarantor. Total claim, £28,665. On behalf of the Honourable East India Company, I certify all statements as accurate and declare this matter closed in its entirety. Well, I don't really want to do that, but I've sort of locked myself into this now. Pocket watch remains in your possession. Book returns to its original owner, Henry Evans, in Morocco, as requested. One year later.
this hour? Must be important. I'll be turning in now. Tea's all gone, so you might think about going to bed as well.
Chief Inspector, I write to you with the unfortunate news that Dr. Evans has passed away. He succumbed to his illness shortly after receiving your package. Although his health was generally poor, receiving the Obra Dinn book in such an incomplete state further disheartened him so thoroughly that he was unable to recover. He used his final moments to express the extreme regret he felt with entrusting such a remarkable task to you. We thought that you should know. Regards, Jane Bird. So she's probably the one who shot the man at the end. The end? Surely I can reload though. My dad. Fair play, Lucas Pope. I've got to be able to reload this, haven't I? We can't leave it like that. He seems an important character. I couldn't get to the bottom of some of these. What I don't want to have to do is go through the whole thing again and fucking... If I gotta work everything out from the start, it's gonna drive me insane. Let me just see what happens when I press continue here. Oh, come on. So I'd have to rewind? Rewind back onto the ship, yeah. Alright, okay, so cool. So we could at least try that and see what happened. But here's the very interesting thing. This is the very interesting thing. I think this man. I think I know who shot this man. Just before we finish. I think it was Jane Bird. I don't know who this man is. But I'm sure of it.
Let them go.
Anyway. That's enough of that. And that's enough of the Obra Dinn for tonight. I'm not sure what we're going to do when we come back next week. But we have many more mysteries to solve aboard this vessel. We are absolutely not done yet. Thanks, everybody, for chilling out. Those of you who were here for a while. I will be back on Tuesday with XCOM 2, a Star Wars story. On Friday night at 7 o'clock, we, of course, have... the final, well, it'll actually start at 8 o'clock. I'll probably be going live at around about 7. The final race of the F1 Broke Boys League Racing season with a chance for me to win the title, but I've really got to do a lot better than Wizard out on track, and I'm not sure whether I'll be able to handle that. We'll see. But it's exciting, at least, because it's gone to the final race of the season. And then Cerebral Sundays will be back on Sunday night next week at 7 PM UK time, when we shall try to finally solve the remaining mysteries of the Obra Dinn. Thanks, and good night.